All right, for our final conversation, we have Deborah Ohiri, professionally known as Debbie Ohiri. Now, she's Nigeria's award-winning international folk singer and performing artist. She's a trained folk singer, chanter, vocal coach, actor, and alaga, Yoruba traditional engagement compare. That's what that means. Now, her work, cuts across genres, and she's seen or featured in many groundbreaking film, events, and theater productions. And she's right here with us this morning. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you do a lot of things.
Yes.
Film, theater, coaching. How do you manage to do all of that and still ensure that you're authentic to yourself and still discipline yourself even with that?
Okay, so when people say, who are you? I say, my name is Dr. Debbie Ohiri. I'm a multidisciplinary performing artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. So this means that I'm able to express myself creatively and artistically on almost every part of the art. So this means that I'm very conversant with theater, with film, with TV, with festivals, events, and even in the educational sector as well. I also serve as a cultural researcher and, all of those things. So
that is beautiful. You know how they say we don't use 100% of our brain. So right here, we're seeing people use 100%.
I don't even think I've touched the surface of
what you're capable of.
Yes,
that is amazing. I mean, I like the fact that you know what you have, you know your talent, and you're spreading it across. But let's talk a bit about your background. Now, your father is a creative genius as well, Bob Ohiri. Tell us about that and how it influenced you.
Okay, so my dad is Bob Ohiri, God rest his soul. My dad, was a tenor guitarist. He played with Fela for a few time, then moved on to King Sunny Ade's band as his lead tenor guitarist. Now, the lead tenor guitar is not an element found in the juju music. So it's right to say that my dad introduced tenor guitar to juju music. And I would say that, my dad, really encouraged me at that time when he knew that, I had the passion for singing. He would allow me go for choir rehearsals. And when I started, in the professional area, because I was really young, I was way below 20 when I started professionally. So he encouraged me, and yes, as I say, the rest is history.
Oh, nice. Did he ever do that, bring your daughter to work day? Like, did you see him perform?
Yes. I saw my dad perform, although he had left King Sunny Ade's band at that time. But my dad was sort of doing trainings at our house at that time. I used to see a lot of big musicians, and he also tried to do his own album before he passed. So I saw a lot of his process and how he did the things he did.
Amazing. Now, there's something that you say when you speak. You're like, folk music is our identity.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit about that, because if you look at the rise of the Gen Zs and millennials like me, right, a lot of people are tilting into Afrobeats or Afrofusion, right? And then they're kind of leaving the identity, as you say. How does that make you feel, and what do you think we need to pull them back?
So I really do not think that they are moving away. I just think that we are evolving, and the most constant thing in life is change. What I stand for as a cultural creative advocate is that you can't say you have a destination when you don't know where you are coming from. And I'm also preaching that where you are coming from is not evil. I mean, there are lots of parts to our culture. When you say Ishe means the origin. Ishe, the doings of where you are coming from. And the origin of a place does not center around just the spiritualists, maybe Yemoja, Shango, Amadia, whatever. What I'm wearing is culture. The beads I'm wearing is culture. When I speak in my native language, that is culture. The way we cook our food, Chef T, the other
Tiflo,
time, Tiflo. She said the meal for this morning was black soup, and that is culture. So I'm big on that part, as our identity. And for folk music, as far as we have a people that speak a certain language and we have a certain understanding in agreement, that is who we are. So I don't think that people are really moving away from Afrobeats. I'm just saying that know where you are coming from so that you have a clear direction of where you are going to. Look at what Adekunle Gold is doing with his latest song. There's Fuji, there's Akbalada and everything. So if there's no understanding of where it's coming from, we will not be able to.
Because those are the influences you get.
So,
that makes a lot of sense. But you know how people say, oh, folk music, but sometimes it's like enchanting, right? And they say there's juju in that, like that there's something in that, probably you're calling the spirits. How would you respond to that?
So, I mean, for folk music, like I said, the culture is not only about the spiritual part. You can channel your art to be anything. So, for example, if I'm in a play that centers around Orisha, and you know, they say there's chants about deities and whatever. Now, it is my responsibility because of this type of art that I do. I'll go into research. And don't forget, African spirituality or any form of religion is not so easy like that. You have to attain a certain level of knowledge to be able to access some things. Now, that level of knowledge is for the people, you know, anything I do for culture is from the place of knowledge, not from a place of practice as a religion as such. So it's just like saying you're going to the hospital. Will you ask your doctor, are you a Babalawo? Are you from an Ifa family or from or a Christian or a Muslim? You see what I mean? So in that light, I don't think that people should shy away from who we are. I mean, chanting has taken me everywhere. When I say everywhere, I've been to the American Repertory Theater in Harvard. I've gone like 3 times, you know, Thalia Theater in Germany, you know, big places. And the first thing that catches people's attention is, oh, okay, she looks like my ancestor from Africa. Then the next time I open my mouth, I'm singing, I'm chanting. So there's nothing.
Okay, so where do you
evil.
channel? Yeah, but where do you channel yours from?
I channel mine from God. God is the biggest, greatest artist. God is my inspiration, is my source, and I believe in Jesus Christ. All right. So that does not. You know, I mean, my work is work. My spirituality is my spirituality.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that you can be what I am, irrespective of whatever you believe in, as far as it works for you. But for me, I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus, and I'm a cultural creative.
That is beautiful. Well said. Well said. I love it. So let's talk about, you have Iba, right?
Yes, Iba.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, so Iba, you know, I got Iba, you know, in my sleep when I was in a really...
Does it have chants in it?
Yes, it
oh,
does
you're gonna chant for us. But yes, tell us
so
about Iba.
Iba, I mean, I got the inspiration of Iba at a point in my life where I just knew that it is God or God. So I lost my mom when I was really young. I think I was about 10 or 9 years old. And, you know, I lost my dad a few years after. And it's been that journey, you know, just me by myself, my sisters. And I, you know, along the line, I also recognized patterns and people at a particular time in my life. Of course, life happens to life all of us. So I just got to a point where I knew that it's God or God, and Iba was just my own way of acknowledging, you know, the God influence in my life. It's also a way of telling people that there's a divine power, there's a divine source. Only if you can surrender yourself to God, you know, He just makes everything beautiful in His time.
That is beautiful. And I like the fact that, you know, you're still speaking about God regardless of, you know, your work. Because like I said, a lot of people, when they hear things like that, they just, you know, put up that wall like, no, I'm not bringing no spirits into my house.
And I think I think the position I also hold in the cultural creative space is because I've made culture really accessible. I wouldn't even lie to you. You know, 20 years ago when I started, nobody wanted to do chanting or folk music because it looked scary. So I also went into research, like, what is it about these people that, you know, is scary? And that, you know, when I started doing research, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you can actually be this, you know, doing it from a place of knowledge as opposed to from a place of practicing, you know, belief and all of that. And that was what made me go to Project Fame.
Oh, yeah.
All right? I went to Project Fame, and the goal was simple. I wanted to represent our culture and our language. I didn't want to sound like the foreign people because, look, can I sing like Beyonce? I mean, even if I'm trained, I may not have that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted something that people could identify with. And I was the first person to ever go on that big platform. I mean, it was MTN Project Fame West Africa at that time. And, you know, coming out boldly, authentically about our culture. I mean, I went there doing chants, wearing my ashoke, you know, and that's who we are. We really can't shy away from it.
Of course. I think there's just a misconception around it, and that's the reason why people shy away. But of course, with people like you now spreading the gospel it makes way more sense. So let's talk about you as an artist, but as a human being first. Have you ever felt maybe bullied or cyber bullied, especially with the kind of music that you do, or any other thing? Okay, so I'm very audacious, all right? People have a problem with, especially in this part of the world, maybe an African thing. Yeah, because you're a woman, there's already a problem. And because of what I'm doing is not, you know, popular.
but I really don't care. I mean, because, you know, I've gotten to a place of knowing, I've gotten to a place of understanding of where I am.
Being self-aware.
Yes, so I really, I don't see you, bro. You know, as far as what I'm doing is, you know, according to the principles of God, love, light, I'm good. I'm good. So bullying, I don't think anybody can bully me.
All right. Okay. So do you want to give us some chants from Eva?
Okay. Kábíyèsí o, ọba kọ́dáyé, olùdáyé o, tẹ́lẹ̀ bẹ́ni tẹ́ni o, aṣẹ̀dáyé tẹ́lẹ̀ bí ẹni táṣọ o, onípẹ̀kun ọlá, onípẹ̀kun ọlà, onípẹ̀kun oore, bàbá mi, ọba mi, ẹ̀rù jẹ̀jẹ̀, àtórí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe, ọba ńlá, ọba ògo, ọba tó ń jẹ mímọ́, ọba tó ń ṣe mímọ́, ọba tó ń fi mímọ́ bora bí aṣọ ìbà, mọ̀rí tí mọ̀rí ọmọ tuntun nínú aláboyún o, alámọ̀ ire.
Oh my God, that is talent.
Thank you.
Your voice,
Thank you.
it's audacious.
Thank you.
It is strong. It is powerful. I am in awe right now. My goodness. Now, God is doing wonders with you, and I cannot wait to see you, you know, even where you get to as well. Of course, you've been to Harvard and everything, but that is just a tip of the iceberg. And the truth is, I'm so proud to be an African. You make me proud to be a Nigerian.
Love it,
oh my God. So let's talk about, you know, what you have coming up. Do you have future collaborations? Do you think at some point you would want like fusion into, you know, of course, folk music?
Yes. I've done a couple of projects. I mean, I've been sampling stuff with Ekiti Sound. Ekiti Sound does, you know, electronic music. So we are doing chants and, you know, adding electronic music. I mean, I'm open to collaborations to do all genre of music, Afrobeat, Afro pop, you know, anything, jazz, classical, and all of that.
That
you
is
know,
nice.
so I'm really open to that. I mean,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what we're gonna do? Have you had breakfast?
No.
No, you're in luck, and we have something cultural for you today. You're going to be having something from Chef Tiflo. So let's head over to the kitchen. Do you still want to do more chants? Because right now, I'm in awe of your talent.